A lot of people who become abusers, don't they? But I wanted to be the opposite. I was like, I would never, ever want to ever be like that person. Well, living with my parents, both of them together, but it was just a headache. To be honest, I was just unfortunate that the cards that I was dealt with in the beginning were probably I'd say they were quite challenging situations. Well, my mum's disabled, so she can't walk. Yeah, and even I think people with a disability then were kind of seen as like lepers, I suppose. Almost like they had a disease or that something was just like, I don't know, you just get stared at, and that's, you know, as a child, that's quite challenging. I feel embarrassed now to say I felt embarrassed, but I'm only a child, and you know, the situation's against me, but I wouldn't want to go like shopping to help my mom, or I wouldn't want to push her in a wheelchair, or I just wouldn't want to be seen with my mom, because I knew of how everyone's perception of a disabled person was, and I just felt inadequate, or I just felt embarrassed. And now I just feel terrible that I even had that attitude or that mindset. But I'm just a child, and so I didn't know any better. So I can't I'll try and do everything I can to I guess make it up to my mom. I message her every morning more or less to say I love her, and I kind of just go out my way just so she knows I'm kind of there. But although she's really kind of Mum's just an extremely humble woman. She doesn't want for anything. She, you know, for a disabled woman, she's fiercely independent. My dad wasn't he wasn't a supportive father at all. In fact, he was an alcoholic, and really, really abusive as well. Not just towards my mum, but even to myself. It was just the physical abuse that we suffered was pretty extreme, to be honest. I think a lot of it, I've just kind of, I don't know, locked up, threw away the key, and boxed off. But I remember this one occasion, my dad had said, just don't drink pop, don't drink soft drinks or whatever, you know, you probably do as a child. And I went in the kitchen and poured a glass of Coke for myself, and just tried to sneakily guzzle it down really quickly. Kids love sugar, don't they? It's just natural. And my dad caught me, and when I'm telling you, I got beaten. Well, my nose was broke, my face was covered in blood. I was kind of, I was just covered in bruises. You'd get into a place of no control. So once it starts, that's it. You're in it. There ain't gonna be no stop until you're kind of he's done. I try and work out, well, what was it? What did I do? What? A child is a child, and they have an air of innocence, and they misbehave. That's what children do. I guess I developed this sixth sense very early on, because I'd know, as crazy as this may sound, when my dad would put the key into the front door, I would be able to tell just from the way he's putting the key in I'll get maybe even just the noise of whatever. I could tell what mood he was going to be in. That's how like super sensitive I got. I think there's an element of resentment because I genuinely think he didn't want to marry somebody disabled. I think he did it because it was probably in his head, or I don't know because I've never had the conversation, but probably his fastest route to get a visa. And I don't know what situation he was in prior to that, so I don't know whether he was in a place where I heard that time was running out for him. So I wasn't sure, I don't know whether it was just like an air of desperation. It was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to marry this woman because I've got to get my visa to stay here. Because for a lot of people, the UK, I guess, was a place of hope, or, you know, to have a better life. I think I was just very confused. I just couldn't. I felt rejection from my dad. I was bullied at school for my skin colour, which I found really kind of like challenging. I also never had a sense of belonging either. In just from the offset. You think about it, your father is a person that you're meant to, like, I guess, look up to, or someone that's meant to protect you, and mum was the complete opposite. So a lot of people who become abusers, don't they? But I wanted to be the opposite. I was like, I would never, ever want to ever be like that person. So I probably did what the very rare few people do, which is it made me want to be the complete opposite. I just didn't want to have anything to do with trouble, violence, fights, just anything. I don't want it in my life. I've experienced enough of it to last me forever. I don't want to ever have to like go through that or experience it. I know it doesn't solve anything. With all the things that have been thrown at me through life, I've never darkened my heart. I've never carried any kind of like bitterness towards anybody. I don't want anyone to ever experience what I experienced, I suppose. I think, yeah. I don't ever want anyone to feel just give me a sec. I don't want people to feel pain, hurt, or I guess because nobody took the pain away from me. I've made it my kind of a mission to anyone that feels sad or feels any kind of pain or suffering. What can I do to help, or to elevate? No, elevate isn't the word, is it? Eliminate. I guess that's what it is.